All right, guys, so we finally got parked. Parking was really screwed up this year because of all the trucks and trailers out there. I went to Sky Park, and the event's actually at the Scotts Valley High School this year. So we got a new location, and parking was a little bit more of a challenge than it was last year. But we're gonna go ahead and push a camera through this place for you all so you can all see the cool bikes that are here. They got a huge variety of everything here, and we're gonna head around and check it on out with you guys. Check out this cool thing. The Springer front end. Quarter elliptical. Not every day you see that on a bike.
I do a lot of restoration. That's it. No, for fun. I sold a fair amount of bikes. No, it was, we want to get yeah, oh yeah. That's cool. That's always all the bikes.
Here are a couple of judges taking a look at some of the Harleys that are here. Got some cops and their bikes. Zero. Electric bike, electric police bike. That's the first electric police bike I've ever seen.
What's his name? In Carmel Valley.
So at most,
some more of the judges taking a look at all the nice bikes out here, getting them ready for the awards later. They got a whole trial set up now. I haven't seen a trials bike fire yet, but see all the pallets and the cars and stuff. They got a whole trial set up. See a couple guys sitting in the back of a U-Haul and a guy sitting on a bike. So if we're here and they fire these bikes up, we'll bring you guys on over so we can check it out. I'm sure it's pretty cool once they get going here. But in the meantime, we're going to continue on around here, check out all the show bikes, because as you see, we're headed towards the mini bike section.
Tilt it on the side or whatever you want to do there, and there's a pan on the bottom. You pull that off, and you can see the crankshaft and the rod bearings. You can undo the rod caps if you need to and stuff like that.
We're over here working hard. All right, as I promised, we'll head over to the mini bikes. First one up's a cool Bonanza with a Hodaka Ace 100 E-Code engine in it. So that's really the way you could set up a good Bonanza.
so people don't see that for a restored one, but not like off the factory floor, just cleaned up,
Right.
improved wheels, just variants. I'm on Craigslist all the time.
Well, an orange crate will go for $2,500.
Crazy, right?
Crazy money. You know, but I have taco mini bikes. When I was growing up in Daly City, we had the pit stop.
That's what I did.
Right across from Jefferson High School. And my dad wouldn't buy me a mini bike. He said, nah, you're dangerous. So this kid sold me a really junky looking frame that barely runs.
Cool monkey bike. Little Indian over here. It's really cool. I remember this one from last year. And another Z500 monkey. 69. No rear suspension.
Right here, and it broke here. So that's why I don't run the chain bar, because I want to be able to see it.
All right, let's head back here. This is the British section. Saving all the vintage two-stroke dirt bikes because I love them. Nice Norton. Everything on these bikes is freaking perfect.
I live right smack Swingles? And I think it's straight off Butchers up in Jackson.
Yeah.
They are the what the Correlatus Butcher is to Santa Cruz County. Okay. And what was the other big one?
Now we're trying to clear up finances and stuff for the club.
That thing's pretty freaking cool. I have an old Whizzer at home. Not quite this cool. Next year I'm going to bring some bikes here for sure. Nice little Triumph. Alright, another nice classic Norton. Alright, so let's hit this center section over here. Then we'll head over to the left side of the show and check out the vintage dirt bikes and all the other good stuff they have over there.
Everybody in the neighborhood, we rode it like we stole it. I did learn how to drive
Yeah, I remember these Can-Ams from last year. They're pretty cool. Pair of Suzuki's. Ducatis. I think the show's definitely smaller than it was last year. I think there were definitely a lot more bikes here last year. But still a lot of good stuff. That's for sure. All right.
You live around here?
I live in Santa Cruz, like Scotts Valley.
This is the somebody's everyday rider. You want to work every day on this thing. This would be the bike for him.
I don't know where the announcer is. We'll find him. More judging going on.
The XS11s, the better, fancier road bikes out on the road on the road, ridden every day. But I had a copy of
Honda Hurricanes.
riders that rode every day, rain or shine, on that particular model motorcycle.
Yeah, stage where the band is for later. This is where they bring the bikes across for all the awards later.
Another barn find is our 1975 CB750. Belongs to Seth Noble from here in Scotts Valley. This one is for sale. This is a single overhead cam.
What is this?
754. This bike
Oh, this
originally
must be
came into the U.S. market in
the Japanese
1969,
section?
if I remember correctly, and was a game
Yeah,
changer
Japanese
for
70 to
motorcycles.
79. Let's
Some of
start
the
over
unique
here.
features that made
What
the
is this?
750 special, in my view, were things like the
This is
instrumentation
Japanese
on
as
the
well?
back and the speedometer were ones you could read day or night.
Yeah, Japanese 60 to 69. We'll start with that. We'll start with the earlier bikes.
And they were well lit up. You could see the entire gauge.
What's their last one?
So like with some of the Smith instruments, there were shadows within the gauge. So these are nice and curved, easily readable gauges, which is one of the real remarkable features on this bike. And another one is, this is one of the very first bikes with a front disc brake. Prior to 1969 or so, you didn't see disc brakes on a front motorcycle.
CB450.
Drum, shit drum, kind of thing.
Yeah, get a different bike.
Don't do it.
All right, we'll pop out here to the later Japanese stuff. A bunch more clean Hondas. Gotta love the old enduro stuff, especially the two-stroke dirt bikes, old two-stroke enduros like these SLs, the SL 125s. There's a little Yamaha 80. All these things are super cool.
Became a rideable motorcycle that he does our local Tuesday morning rides with us on a regular basis, and great running motorbike. John just enjoys the heck out of it. And if you look at his
The Yamaha 175s, the DTs.
you can look at the edges, two pages on it.
Of course, you have the good old Honda CT70s. These look like stalkers. A lot of people do swaps on these nowadays. 212cc motors, all sorts of cool stuff.
bent up really bad, so I just bought a set of bars out of CHP
I like that one. Pretty neat.
Modifications, changes to the cork, it looks like. There's really not much on this bike.
Here's another stalker. Oh, that's a CT90.
So far.
No, that's a 70. Definitely a typo. 90s had a different shaped chassis. That's for sure.
Our next bike in the line, this is another barn farm. This one is Ron Diamond's bike. This from Rancho Cordova, California, or Sacramento, I think. This is a 1964 Honda Dream. If you look at the styling on this bike, this is something reminiscent of the NSUs of the
Triples.
And when Soichiro went to design a bike, he used this as a template, and it knew that this bike shares.
All right, a couple more here, and then we'll head down to the back side of the show.
As far as
all right, now we'll head on over to the vintage two-stroke dirt bikes. It's my favorite part of the show. Hear a bike running over here.
With dry sump motors. This particular motor is a 77 with 160. It's a scrambler, but it has a single five motor rather than two five, a little bit longer motor. Last year on some of the other here, they had rack systems, they had a backrest system.
So a lot of these run and ride actually. Some of them you can tell are definitely show queens, but a lot of them run and ride. A couple more rows to teach you guys through, and I'm hoping they start up those trials bikes. There's some cool old Cushman scooters here, an Eagle and a Silver Eagle. These things were always neat. Actually, we're saving the dirt bikes for last. We're headed down this back row, and then we're bringing you back to the infield. Into the cafe racers here. Got a motor in there behind the fairings. Check this thing out. This thing's rad. Honda RS 125R. Pretty cool bike.
I'm with this owner. I would have a hard time restoring that.
Indian Chief, 1946. Big old boy right there.
I've only done 3 years.
All right, back into some Honda stuff.
Makes headlamps restorations in old 60 systems that didn't
I wonder if they know their microphone's not working. Honda Dream,
All right, man. Yeah.
64.
That's back at the end. Upside down, making the bike like the voltage go straight to print. So I flipped it over, it made spark, and I did it one
Some old CZ stuff. This stuff's pretty cool.
Guy ruined his own bike because he put a top hat in.
You gotta love the big fin head 2-strokes from back in the day. Always awesome. Here's another front quarter elliptical BMW. Now we're headed over to the 2-stroke dirt bikes. This is where you'll see a lot of big fin 2-stroke heads. That's for sure.
It's the shock system.
Oh, okay. It's a good thing you didn't say anything bad about it. The guy standing right here.
Another one.
You bought it brand new? Oh yeah.
Some Hondas, some Huskies. You always got to say hi to the CR500s. 250 there. Still a cool vintage 2-stroke. We'll go check it out.
He came up racing after me. Okay, yeah, he's about every Saturday. Yeah. It's like his dog.
No. That's an aftermarket track basket.
So as you can tell, this is always a good show every year. This is our 2nd year attending it, and we'll be back again. I think the turnout was a little less than before, but still a bunch of bikes from all different categories, and we hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the content. Please remember to like and subscribe. Smash that notification bell so you don't miss out, and we'll see you all next time.